Teenagers' Mystery. The mystery continues in 90 seconds.
The love triangle between Josh Camacho, Sarah Ludeman, and Rachel Wade was an unusual one. Instead of getting mad at their mutual boyfriend for cheating on them, the two girls fought over who was really his girlfriend. Both girls grew up with a normal family life in medium-income households in the suburbs of Florida. However, as a teenager, Rachel Wade rebelled. She dropped out of high school and never followed her curfew. By the time she started dating Josh, she had her life together. She had gotten her GED, a job as a waitress, and her own apartment. Sarah Ludeman was only a high schooler, a senior in high school, and the most rebellious thing she had ever done in her entire life was date Josh Camacho. She was a good girl who had struggled with body image for her whole life. For months, the two girls had been making passive-aggressive comments on each other's MySpaces about who really deserved Josh. However, they never expected that these would turn into real-world fights. But on the night of April 14th, 2009, it turned all too real, and as shown in this dramatic reenactment, it happened very quickly. From the very beginning, Rachel stuck by her story that it was self-defense.
When you had it with you had it in the car with you, right? And you drove over to Javier's house. Why did you have it with you?
Yes, they told us they were going to find my car and follow me, and she threatened me to kill me.
So are you telling me that you had it for some form of...
As shown in this dramatic reenactment, Rachel's demeanor changed when she found out the fate of Sarah.
Ludeman?
Yes, I did, but it was self-defense. She approached me.
Did you know that she's dead?
No, I didn't.
In a matter of seconds after a very short fight, Sarah Ludeman, an 18-year-old high school senior, was dead, and Rachel Wade, a 19-year-old, was charged with her second-degree murder. 13 months after the death of Sarah Ludeman, the trial of the state of Florida versus Rachel Wade began on July 20th, 2010. The prosecution's first piece of evidence was the murder weapon, a knife which, as shown in this dramatic reenactment, Sarah Ludeman threw on top of the roof of a nearby house. The prosecution insisted that if this had really been self-defense, Rachel would not have any need to throw the knife, for the evidence would be clear that she did not kill Sarah on purpose. The prosecution's next piece of evidence was the threatening voicemails that Sarah Ludeman had been receiving from Rachel Wade for months before the murder. They were so expletive, in fact, that we could not even air them on this program because network television would not let us. In these voicemails, Rachel insisted that she would kill Sarah. The prosecution also showed several text messages and MySpace posts that proved that Rachel Wade had the intent to kill Sarah Ludeman at some point. The prosecution called 3 witnesses to the stand. The prosecution called Josh Camacho and his sister, and Justin Grimes, a friend of Rachel and Josh. We will now have a dramatic reenactment in which 2 actors recreate a summary of what Justin Grimes and Josh Camacho said on the witness stand.
I wasn't dating either of them. We were both just really good friends.
Okay, now, what did you see on the night of April 14th, 2009?
I saw Rachel stab Sarah while she was still in the car.
Okay, thanks. So, Mr. Grimes, what did you see on the night of April 14th, 2009 outside Javier's house?
Well, I was standing across the street and I saw Rachel stop Sarah's car, go to the car, and stab Sarah.
Finally, the defense started their case. The first piece of defense evidence was about an incident that happened a week prior to the stabbing. Sarah Ludeman and her friends showed up to the Applebee's where Rachel Wade worked and sat in her section. They were very rude to her, and at the end of the night, Sarah Ludeman sang a song called Girl Fight, which involves lyrics that talk about wanting to fight a girl who was dating her boyfriend. The defense claimed that Rachel saw this as a threat and was very nervous to fight with Sarah, as she was nervous that Sarah was going to seriously injure her. The defense also claimed that due to Florida's state your ground laws, Rachel had all the right to carry the knife if she believed Sarah was truly threatening her and a harm to her health. Finally, the defense claimed that the voicemails made to Sarah from Rachel did not matter, as they were not taken seriously and were only sent because Rachel felt threatened by Sarah, and that because they happened so many months before the murder, it didn't really matter anyways. They also claimed that Sarah sent similar voicemails to Rachel, but Rachel had deleted them, so they had no physical proof of it. This dramatic reenactment will show you a summary of what an eyewitness named Javier said about the murder of Sarah Ludeman. His house was the house that Rachel was at when Sarah approached in the car.
So, what did you see on the night of April 14th, 2009?
I didn't really see much because I was inside, but all I know is that Sarah and Rachel fought.
Okay. Did you see who started the fight?
No, I didn't.
Okay, thanks.
Defense then made a risky move by having Rachel Wade herself testify. However, Rachel Wade taking the stand didn't seem to gain sympathy with the jury, as after only 2.5 hours of deliberation, Rachel Wade was found guilty of the second-degree murder of Sarah Ludeman. Finally, almost a year and a half after Sarah Ludeman's death, Rachel Wade was sentenced on September 3rd, 2010.
For the same boy. For punishment, 27 years for killing her romantic rival back in April of 2009.
In the end, what started off as fighting over a mutual boyfriend turned into Sarah Ludeman dying and Rachel Wade being sentenced to 27 years in prison.